lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see.
Oh boy, can someone please buy Courtney Owen a clue? Courtney literally thinks she's onto some huge secret that's been known for years. Take a listen to this live.
Which is hilarious because I don't give a shit about my followers. I just find it so funny because she'll do this, right? And she'll post everyone else's opinion, and then she doesn't want her name on there. She doesn't want her face on there.
There is a reason I don't post myself all over the TWT account. Actually, there's a few. For one, I'm not into fake filters and staring at myself on a phone screen. The account isn't about me, so why on earth would I be posting pictures of myself on a page that's nothing to do with my life? You don't see any news reporting pages or Teen Mum fan pages posting selfies all over their accounts. That's just weird. We get it, Court. You're all about attention and wanting all eyes on you, but we aren't all that conceited. And not everybody is into having a bunch of random strangers follow them on the internet. Some of us like to keep our lives private and not exploit our children and family, which is probably why our relationships do work out. And two, the page is like a book. Everyone else sends in the stories, I just turn the pages. If I wanted to post myself, that's what my personal account is for. Some of us have the ability to separate our personal dramas from our business or hobbies. And we get it, Courtney can't do that, and that's probably why she can't hold down a job or find a friend that's willing to tolerate her for long.
So she creates like a little emoji person as her like decoy. And that's what she posts whenever she goes live, is like a photo of that. That's it. She doesn't post her face. She doesn't post her name.
Look, girl, I don't know where you've been living, but my name has definitely been posted, and it's been available to almost anyone. It's the name linked to my PayPal, which anyone I send money to receives it, and there's been a few. Back when I had time for a personal Instagram, I posted that and tagged it. Many people from the page actually followed me. The Bitmoji I think is cute, and I use that so people can see it and recognize it immediately. You'd understand how that works if you knew anything about marketing, but everything you've ever started has fallen flat.
Like, I had to do some digging to find her name.
You had to do some digging to find my name. You followed my page for months and you missed every time someone said my name. My name's written in the comments, like always written in the comments everywhere. Why didn't you just ask Juliana or Crystal or Ivy or Summer, Sierra even? Literally all of them have known my name and have for about 5 years now.
Some digging. And that shit was wild. Like, I had to really fight. I had to send her a fake IP grabbing email. That way I could find her IP address and find out who she was.
This is hilarious. The email address she messaged is the one attached to my Google account. Available for anyone to see. Anyone. I haven't opened a single email from it in years. It's literally an email account I use for spam emails. But if it came back near Queensland, then Homegirl needs to update her IP tracking service. Queensland is a state. A state that is 1.8 million square kilometres, so twice the size of Florida, and the best you could get is near Queensland. I live in Queensland, you defected turnip. You went all that way to get my IP address when you could have just looked at the Google account you found, where you got my email, and it would at least tell you I live near Brisbane in Queensland.
Like, this girl is psychotic. She literally needs help. She literally needs help.
Wow, Court, that is pretty bold of you. In case you missed it, here are some snippets of Courtney's earlier meltdown. Can anyone say grippy sock holiday?
And you think you have fucking control over me, and you don't, bro! You don't! You don't have control of me anymore! I will do absolutely fucking nothing you say, bro!
And I swear to God, I'll make sure you never speak again. I am so fucking tired of healing broken fucking men and then them running away and running off to some little fucking slut. No shit, Sherlock. Good critical thinking skills, dummies. And you put me right back in that fucking spot. You put me right back. All she does is sit there for hours and hours and report about the moms, and then claims it's just media. Oh, it's just news about the Instagram moms. No, it's harassment and stalking and abuse.
Girl, ain't nobody harassing, stalking, or abusing you, especially from another country. Everything posted is exactly what you post. If you don't want people talking about how crazy you've been acting, just don't act crazy. Harassment would be you constantly defaming your ex online and lying on his name constantly. You dislike the page because we repost everything, and that makes it harder for you not to get tangled up in your web of lies. At the end of the day, my page is a private page, so if you don't want to hear what people have to say, don't try and follow it.
You just haven't been called out on it yet by anybody, because all your little followers agree with you. Which is funny because they're all broke, busted, and bitter.
Did she just say broke, busted, and bitter? Imagine being Courtney. Courtney, of all people, and calling anybody these names. Babe, there are nurses, lawyers, business owners, stockbrokers, and many more well-paid members on our page. Ladies that own their own homes and their cars, which, by the way, doesn't define anyone. But if you're going to put people down for exactly that, you probably shouldn't be living in a shoebox apartment that you rent, driving a car your dad bought because your credit is so bad and you can't hold down a job. There are people from all walks of life on TWT, and at the end of the day, rich or poor, who doesn't like a bit of reality TV?
I literally had someone tell me that I was a piece of shit for making over 80K one year. Because you didn't make 80K a year? Like, and that was 2 years ago. Now I run 3 businesses. I have a fucking charger that I bought literally a month ago. Like...
Babe, you've already been exposed by your exes for the claims about the money you said you made. Remember last year when she was married to Hale and she claimed she was making 6 figures and he actually called her out for it. And yep, you just recently bought a car with your dad's help. Like, you know, we did when we were 16 years old. Welcome to adulting court. So while 80K is a huge flex for you, for some people it's not. And at the end of the day, how much money you make is not important, which is probably why you're still bitter and alone and Hal's moving on, having his best life with his new girlfriend.
If I wasn't successful... Yeah, it's fucking weird. Like, and she spends hours a day on this. Like, the other day, okay, so this is crazy. I'm gonna show you guys this. My filter is gonna go off. But, let me show you guys this, okay? My fucking Instagram. For, like, okay, so here, right there, 8:30. At 8:30... somebody tried to reset my password. Then again, at 10. Then again, and again. That was 5 separate times through my email saying, we're sorry you couldn't get into your account, which means that someone clicked forgot password. Someone was trying to hack my shit.
Yeah, except for I don't really spend hours and hours on Instagram. I wake up, I post all the submissions, I reply to a few comments, and then I get on with my day. And no, nobody's trying to hack Courtney's account. I got the exact same emails on my account too. It's actually a reported glitch that happened to everyone. But hey, that doesn't fit our narrative. Why would anyone want to hack a measly 5K account, especially an exposing page? How would they get content then?
They couldn't get into it because you can't. It's impossible. But good luck. I'll let you try. Initially, these kinds of pages, like it wasn't this page that started it initially, right? It was a whole different page. And it was a page called Exposing Alyson Patton. Alyson Patton was a mom on Instagram around the same time that all of us were getting big and gaining followers.
Wait, you mean the account that your new BFF made and ran? And before we got big? No, Courtney, you never got big. Stop saying we like you're anything like any of the other Insta mums.
She was a bad mom, a very bad mom, and neglected her kid, like went out every single night, like left her kids at home. It got to the point where people were starting to notice that like her son had like this really bad rash on his face and his skin was literally peeling off. Like it was literally falling off. He looked so hurt and so sick. It was so sad. And so someone created a page called Exposing Alyson Patton, and they started posting the photos of her at house parties when her son was at home alone, like photos of his rashes and stuff and his skin peeling and being like, why is she not taking him to the doctor for this? And then somebody called CPS on her apartment was disgusting. Her kid was like living in dirty diapers all the time. Like it ended up being a really bad situation, right? So all of us were like, thank God we got that poor baby out of that situation, because that is a very justifiable reason for doing what we did.
And there she is trying to take ownership of having Alyson's son, Kaleb, removed from her care. So what she's saying is the pages are justified when Alyson's son, Kaleb, had a rash, of course ran by her friend, but not when Courtney posts predatory videos of her child dancing with seductive music and hashtags it with daddy-daughter dom. Or what about when she yells at her on live constantly and sends her back to her room? Interesting.
But then there was a page created for everybody. Then all of a sudden they saw it as like, oh, we got a high off of removing this kid from the home. So now we're going to do it with everybody. They like got big in the britches and started just crucifying anyone they could for anything they could find. And it was the smallest shit. It was like Juliana would go out one day, one night out of, 7 months. She would go out with her girlfriends to have a drink and her kids would be babysat. It's not like they were home alone. But all of a sudden she would get posted and they'd be like, oh, she's a bad mom. Look, she's always out and about. She went out once.
I have a lot to say about this one. For starters, Juliana used to be the most worshipped in the Instamum community, so this is a lie. It was only when her child fell in the pool and she didn't get immediate medical treatment, in the case of dry drowning, was when people called CPS. Secondly, who remembers when Courtney used to follow TWT? Do you remember who she made fun of? That's right, it was Juliana. This is why she hates these pages, because she gets exposed time and time again for her crappy behaviour. Her ex even said when Juliana would go live, Courtney would sit there and talk about what a shitty mum she was and would make fun of her the entire live. The only reason she's even on Juliana's live talking constantly is out of hope Juliana's followers might follow her. And as much as I'm not a huge Juliana fan right now, she sure as hell is a way above Courtney in every way. So it's embarrassing to see her even associate with her. And I know you're probably wondering, with everything that's been said and done, why does TWT hold Juliana above Courtney? And okay, so Juliana and I have had a bit of a love-hate relationship, and while we do despise each other almost all of the time, she at least has enough charisma where you can have a bit of back and forth banter. Not recently, but most of the time she would do that over the years. Like, let's think about the times when we sent the goat messages and things like that. She could see the funny side of it. With the TikTok farting, Juliana would see the funny side of it and she'd have a bit of a joke. Even though, we are sworn enemies, we'd be able to have that back and forth banter. Courtney can't do that. Like, if you were to do that with Courtney, she'd be like, she's trying to kill me, call the FBI.
Moms are allowed to have a fucking break. Like, they took it way too far. That's the problem. And now they're so, fucked up in the head thinking that...
Yeah, nah. The page was always the same. Even when Courtney followed, the girl thrived from drama. It wasn't until someone sent in a submission about her did she suddenly hate everything the page stood for.
Destroy everyone now. And it's crazy to me because none of us even deserve it anymore. Alyson deserved it because she was ignoring her kid. She was neglecting her kid to the point where it was causing major health issues. I don't neglect my kid. My kid's here.
Yeah, her child is there now, maybe, but most of the time she goes back to Courtney's parents to raise her, which is the best place for her in all honesty. When her ex Mel broke up with her, she sent her back to live with her parents because he said that she was too much, and she was trying to win him back. Now she claims that she sent her there for the safety to get him out of the house, but we watched it all go down. He was already out of the house at this time, and she was begging for him back in her stories. No wonder she hates the pages. It's hard to lie when we've all seen it.
I take care of my shit. So, the fact that they go so hard, it's really upsetting. It's really upsetting and it's really disgusting. And I don't know why people still allow this to be something that continues. I don't get it. One thing about me, I will never be a woman hater. I will never be a woman hater.
Are we sure about that, Courtney?
Running off to some little fucking slut! But they are. They hate so fucking much and they talk so fucking loud. The voices that are against us on this page are so loud. And the people that support us and who know who we are and know who we actually are and trust our character and know that we aren't like that, their voices are so quiet.
Their voices are quiet because there are so few of them now. She blocked everyone out of paranoia. She can barely get 10 people on a live these days. Juliana, however, yes, she has supporters. Courtney, not anymore.
So quiet. So it gets very frustrating when you're someone who's literally poked at and prodded and harassed and stalked and posted about all the fucking time. No wonder us, Juliana and I are so
If you follow the page, then you know that the last few months we haven't even talked about Courtney. Only the last few days where she's tried to hijack Juliana's followers and when she's been talking incessantly about the page. Now, we all know the real reason she's inserting herself into Juliana's lives is to be seen. She goes on live and talks as much crap as she can about her ex Hale so that we can play a messenger for her, seeing as he has completely shut her out. Well, I hate to break it to you, Court, but Hale doesn't follow the page anymore. While we love him and we're still in contact with him, he doesn't want to see your face or hear anything about you. He just wants to move on with his new girlfriend. So no matter what you say or do, he is blissfully unaware.
Like, it's unreal to me. I mean, the only way anyone can really help is by removing the pages, but at this point, I really don't think it's possible. I really don't think it's possible to remove them because they're so enabled in what they do and what they say that they just don't care. They just don't care. And it's really sad. I just wish they would leave us alone. Like, find something else to fucking do with your life, bitch. And how pathetic is it that you built your whole fucking account off of talking about other people, but yet we built our accounts about talking about our lives and talking about our children and talking about the things that we go through in our daily life. Like, are you bitter that nobody wants to hear about yours?
Is that how you got your followers though? Because if I recall correctly, you and Amber and Catherine were in a group chat for Sex Confession Saturdays, and all of the Insta moms sent their nudes in the group chat, and then you guys took those nudes and Amber posted them. And even though you blamed Amber for it, you were a part of it and you were laughing about it. And that's how you got your followers, because everybody followed to see the drama that was being posted on all the pages.
You know, but they don't. So we gotta roll with it for right now, unfortunately. It's just frustrating. I wanna be able to move on with my life and not have people talk shit on the internet. And people aren't built like that these days. They will do whatever they can to get any sort of attention, whether that's bad or good. And I think it's pathetic her attention comes from hating on others.
I couldn't have said it better myself. So, Court, stop hating on others. Let go of your ex and his girlfriend. He's moved on, and it's time for you to do the same.